Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Fishing Blow. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. This week, there's some very strange and interesting pieces of news that came out, but I want to tackle things in the order that I wrote it. So, first things first, trailer for Covert Operation. Now, if you guys remember, this is actually the Borderland being retitled by Lionsgate Films for Covert Operation, which I don't really know if I like that title or not. I thought that maybe if I let it sit with me a little bit, I'd like it a little bit more, but the more I think about it, the title and the cover art just feels like you wouldn't really pick up that movie if you're walking through the aisles of a store, so I don't know if it's going to be that good, but the trailer itself does a really good job of setting up the story and letting you know that there's plenty of action. So if you guys want to know what it's about, be sure to check it out. There's not really any new footage in this trailer, but at least Lionsgate knows what people are looking for, so be sure to give it a look and let me know what you guys think. Following that up, we also have some news that Scott Adkins and Isaac Florentine will be teaming up one more time for a film called Close Range, and it's actually going to start filming in December. Now, the only thing that we know right now is the basic synopsis, and you can also read that on my actual article that I wrote. You can read the whole synopsis so I don't mess it up for you guys. But the thing that I like about this is the fact that, you know, you've got Isaac Florentine and Scott Adkins collaborating together. This is kind of like our Donnie Yen and Wilson Yip, if you will, because every time these two get together, it's like something great happens. And after this, I believe it's going to be Undisputed 4, but we've got this and Undisputed coming out next year. It's going to be a really good year and a really strong year for Scott Adkins. So be sure to check it out. I think that this is going to be a good film, especially after Ninja 2 coming off the heels of that. I really don't think there's going to be anything bad about this film. So I'll let you guys know as soon as I find out more. But for now, it will start filming later in December. Alright, for other movies that are beginning to film, Swordmaster has begun production, which, if you guys don't remember, it's actually a collaboration between Derek Yee and Sui Hark. Now, I don't really know how good this movie's going to be. The concept art looks really solid, but Sui Hark has been really hit and miss for me, so I'm glad that Derek Yee is there. I'm hoping that they balance each other out and get different ideas from one another. But it's really cool to see everybody in the production stage, you know, getting familiar with one another, talking about the action, doing the choreography, things like that. It's really fun to see everybody getting in gear. So it's probably going to be a long filming process and an even longer post-production process, but it's starting, so I'm guessing they're shooting for a release next year. I'm not exactly sure when, but I'll let you guys know as soon as I find out. But if you guys are fans of Sui Hark, this may be a movie that is right for you. Alright, so back to weird news that's happened so far. Eve Torres has joined the Skip Trace cast. Now, I didn't know who she was, and I actually haven't watched wrestling in a really long time, but come to find out, she's a WWE diva, or former WWE diva, and she's going to be on this film. Now, we don't know exactly what role she's going to play or how big of a part she has, but she actually does have a martial arts background, so she could be holding her own. I don't know if they're going to use her for like comedic purposes or for action purposes, or if she's just going to be a one and done type character. I have no idea, but it's just really strange to see a former WWE diva, Johnny Knoxville, and Jackie Chan in the same movie. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know what I'm supposed to expect from it, but it is what it is. I'm not going to bash a film because of the cast that it chooses. I'm going to wait until I see the actual movie, and then I'm going to put everything I think about it into a cohesive review, hopefully. But as of right now, I just don't know how it's going to work. But like I said last week, you know, I really didn't know what I would think if somebody told me Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson was going to do a movie, or Jackie Chan Chris Tucker were going to do a movie. So I'm not going to just stay away from it just because of that. But there are plenty of other Jackie Chan films that are coming out, including Dragon Blade, that I think will be really good. So I'm curious to see who else they put on this cast. But Skip Trace has a very strange cast of characters right now, which I don't know if it's good or bad. Alright, next up though, we do have a trailer for a Japanese film called Sengoku Bloody Agent. Now, this movie looks good. I hesitate because there's some parts of it that look really good, and there's other parts that look really not so good, if you know what I mean. So the trailer kind of goes on both sides of the fence. I don't think it's going to be like the next Kenshin film, where it's just going to blow me out of the water, but at the same time, hopefully it's not as bad as some of these other Japanese martial arts films that are coming out. And I say that in the nicest way possible because Japanese films have a really strong visual flair to them. If you look at any of the cinematics in like video games or even CG or animes, they're really well done. And so I don't understand why that doesn't correlate to martial arts films. I know that, we don't need to see people flying around and stuff like crazy, but I feel like they should have a stronger grasp on action films. But anyways, I want to promote these movies. Maybe it's because I'm half Japanese. I don't know. I just wanted to tell you guys about it, let you guys see it for yourself. But there's plenty of other trailers and images if you guys want to check that out on my article as well. All right, lastly, did a review for Falcon Rising. Now, I talked about this movie a little bit last week, saying that I was going to go watch it, and I did see it, and I don't know exactly how I feel about it. It's one of those movies where, you see everybody else's reviews, and it's glowing, and everyone's happy, and you sit there, and you're like, did I watch the same movie as everybody else? Because I don't feel the same way. And I tried to be as honest in my review as possible. I know that some of you guys appreciate it for that. Some of you guys may not like that type of approach. Some of you may think that I'm just doing it to be controversial or different, which I'm not. If I like a movie, I like it. And if I don't like it, I'll try to tell you why. And I don't want to get too rambly in my actual video. Please check out the review so that you do read my thoughts on the film and why I came up with the verdict that I did. And it's not like I bashed the film or pulled it apart or anything like that, or just hated it for what it was. But when you compare it to other films that Michael Jai White has done, I think it just falls into a certain spectrum as opposed to other movies that he's made. So anyways, check the review out if you guys want to know more about my thoughts on Falcon Rising and whether you should check it out in theaters or get it on video on demand or whatever it is. I think that my review will kind of point you in the direction of what I believe that film to be. That's really it. I feel like I went through those topics really quick, but it was really, really crazy. You've got the ups and downs and cool trailers and weird trailers and just cast announcements. I don't even know what's going on anymore. So who knows what's going to happen next week. I know there's still some really cool fights that I've been coming across for the fight of the week coming Tuesday. So be sure to get excited for that. But as of right now, that's everything I have. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I guess that's it. So this is K Miller, and this week it's been finished.